How'd you guys make it through that hole?
He went around it.
He went around it? Yeah. Did he break through?
He went around coming back up.
Yeah, coming back up.
You think it makes a difference using fatheads or shiners?
I like fatheads. I mean, yesterday it seemed to make
Ooh. Just because the fatheads move a little bit more, or what do you think?
They were just a little more, you know, yesterday the fish were really active, and when those schools would come in, if you had the shiner down there, I think those little fish were catching that shiner right away.
Right.
And on the days when they're really lethargic and you're not getting a lot of them, a lot of times we'll pinch the tail off and we'll slide the split shot down, try to slow that minnow down. We're not so worried about that then. It pretty much can drive them nuts on days when they don't want to bite. You know, and that's where we talk about that number 20 treble hook again too. That's such a big thing, that on the days when they're really not biting, that's when it makes that big difference, because those fish will sit down there. We've all seen it when you're jigging. They're staring at that thing, they're staring at it, they're assessing whether they want to eat it or not. And if they see anything they don't like, that's too big of a hook, then the next step is they do grab it. And if they feel anything that they don't like on the days when they're not really that aggressive, they're going to spit it out and move on. And the third thing is trying to leave with that bait. If they're feeling that reel or feeling any resistance, they're going to, again, spit it out and move on.
There's your sinker.
Right back to green bait.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a keeper. Well, you would think the way they're running like that, they got to be coming in schools, because they're grabbing that bait and just absolutely running. When you look at that pile of line. So when you are fishing here, what are you really looking for as far as bottom structure? I know it's only, 2 to 4 feet deep here, but it seems like we've caught a lot of fish today that obviously they're making some runs, and you're pulling up a lot of different types of weeds.
Yeah, so what they're associating to is that those reed grasses, and then what we're looking for is that canopy of weeds that maybe died off and is kind of fallen down. Then what we're looking for is those gaps in the weeds.
The pockets, huh?
Pockets, and I'm looking for that dark bottom mixed maybe with some sand. They seem to associate to that. Any transition lines, a lot of times they have those super highways down there that they'll follow, and it's amazing. You put out a spread of boxes and you'll have them out there, and all of a sudden there's 2 of them or 1 or 2 that are just keep going up and up and up, and you can tell that it must be in a good travel corridor, pitch point, whatever you call it. But so those are kind of the things you look for, and that dark bottom I always like.
Hey, I'll tell you what, Terry, we definitely have quite the spread here. And let's tell everybody at home really what the reason is for spreading out these tip-ups. Yesterday, you and your brother, you guys kept your tip-ups pretty close, but you had them dialed in. You found one of them super highways. The fish were more active, but today's a different story.
Yeah, exactly, it is. And there's a couple different ways that people are familiar with trying to locate fish. The more common way is everybody will drill a hole, they'll jig in it for 10-15 minutes with their electronics, and then they'll move and drill in another hole for, they're jigging another hole for 10-15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the way we do it a little different with our tip-ups, you can see we got one heck of a spread here.
Yeah, you do.
We just keep hopscotching them. So instead of just fishing that one hole for 10 minutes, now, here in Wisconsin, we're allowed 3 lines.
Which is nice.
Right, so we're essentially jigging in 3 different holes all at one time. So after that 10 minutes, if we don't get a bite, we can start hopscotching and moving.
You're typically going to have 2 or 3 or 4 of them that are really good when you got a big spread like this.
Right.
So,
yep. Go ahead. And eventually you end up, bringing them together if you're getting that bite. And it can help you locate where they are on a drop or a break as well. You start out with one on the top, one in maybe 8 feet of water, and one down in the basin. So yeah, it works out well that way.
What we're working today a lot too is getting in the right weeds too. You find that right pocket in the weeds where the fish are traveling through and working, and obviously they're in here looking for bait themselves. So it could either be some type of larvae or bug, or obviously a lot of small different types of minnows too. Light line, small hooks. Let's talk some more about that. I can't, I guess I can't talk about that enough, because it is such a crucial part to have the right rig.
Right, and it's one of the hard things to convince people, because it's hard to convince them that it doesn't make a difference. But we've seen it over the years, and I think you've recently seen it too, what a difference it can make. It's just significant. The small hook, so the minnow has more of a natural, movement around. Again, I like to attribute it to if you put a 100-pound backpack on you and I told you to walk around, versus putting a backpack with only 5 pounds in it. You'd be able to run and move around more naturally.
There you go.
Oh, Look at that.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa. Now look at that. That is like an absolutely giant right there. That is so cool. Nice job. Hey, look at that, everybody. You know, the cool part is that these Bite Me boxes are like incredible, you know, and it's kind of cool because you look at, there's no light going through that hole, and these fish don't know that. That's a huge thing right there. But the other part is, when you think about the Bay of Green Bay, it's incredible to see how these perch population has come back. I think a lot of it's got to do with the high water. You know, that's a big thing right there. 15 fish limit, that's crucial right there. And there's a closed season on them, so these fish can actually spawn. You know what? It is absolutely awesome, because when I was a kid, the limit was 50 and the perch were everywhere out here. I never thought that the decline would ever happen, but my personal feeling is that a lot of it happened because the water levels start dropping and these fish didn't have good places to spawn. That is a freaking tank right there. Loving that. Boy, and it's early, we just got out here. We don't even have the tip-ups all set up. It's just gonna be one of them days today.
We might not even be able to jig.
Well, we're gonna still jig, but we'll get the tip-ups. Okay. Ooh, there's another nice perch right there. Look at that. You know, that's a great perch right there. What a start of the day today. Did you read a 12? Wow. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There's a nice fish. Beautiful. Can you see him down there?
Nice perch.
Oh God! Oh, nice fish!
Yeah.
That is like,
I don't know what you
oh man!
He's gonna run again, probably. Heavy. It's actually smaller than the ones we've been getting out here. We've been getting some really chunky ones. You like a good one?
Oh, look at that, look at that, look at that.
Oh yeah. There, that's what we're looking for.
Oh, nice perch.
Nice perch.
That's how we save the day, right? Okay, we got one going on our new panfish tip up here. Go ahead, Todd. See what we got.
Oh, it's a tanker.
Oh, yeah.
Hold that one up. Look how pretty that fish is too. Hey, I'll tell you what, Thomas. What happened?
Well, Lance punched me. No.
He did. Let's see that.
I slipped on the ice and I smashed myself with the camera, but I still got the shot.
You got the shot, huh?
So we're gonna clean up, get a little towel, a little vitamin E,
And get the heck back to work, dude.
get the heck back to work.
Right? Man, oh man, how do you slip on a day like today? Right? I'm thinking Lance had something to do with it. Hey, chicks like guys that have battle wounds, right?
Yeah, right.
Right?
Hey, Dana White, I'm ready for my fight.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.